As military tensions increase with my neighbor, I must continue to grow my navy. Once my flagship is complete, I will have an 11-foot-long plastic battleship, while my neighbor only has his Remington 870 pump-action 12-gauge shotgun. Pray for my neighbor. In this build vlog, I will be constructing my rudder controls. I have been relying on differential thrust, but to outmaneuver the enemy, I must have a more powerful steering system on my ship. I also plan to add in additional features such as water braking by turning the rudders in opposite directions, thus allowing me to better evade my neighbor's Remington 870 pump-action shotgun. I originally planned to glue the rudder servo mount to the back of the ship, but just in case I need to change it out in the future, I decided to have it bolt on. I have these holes for installing heat set inserts, but in a stroke of genius, I decided to not put corresponding holes in the servo mount. I decided I'd use some red paint to transfer the hole locations from the ship to my servo mount. As you can see, it looks like a kindergartner's craft project. But with my unmatched shipbuilding skills, I'm confident I can still get these holes to line up. Now I install the heat set inserts, careful to sniff as much of the fumes as possible. My love of PLA fumes actually started me on this journey with my neighbor some time ago. I now begin assembling my rudder assembly. The design of this is really my life's greatest achievement, followed by that time I got a good night's sleep and the birth of my son. Luckily, my ship is the size of your mother, so assembly is really easy with plenty of space to install the assembly and to reach all screws. I now begin the process of assembling the linkages that will connect my overpowered servos to my rudder shafts. This whole process took me 532 days and 4.5 hours, but I sped up the video for your viewing pleasure. It really is amazing the power of modern-day editing, like when I edited my son's name out of my will. Not that it matters, as I am dumping my entire GDP on this battleship anyways. I successfully programmed the rudder functionality with differential thrust and water braking on the first try, like usual. Using all my skills from painting houses in Chicago, I apply epoxy to the middle of the ship. I had originally intended to have my ship split in 2 parts and be connected with threaded rods, but to keep my ship in a battle-ready state, I decided to glue the 2 halves together. This also will stop some pesky leaks and will make the hull stronger for when my neighbor tries to sink it. Now what you've all been waiting for. Let's take this ship out on the water for some sea trials.